Hello students, welcome to our myself Amol Palve, and here today we are going to discuss about our chapter number 5, gravitation. In the last lecture we study about the variation in acceleration due to gravity, due to altitude and due to depth. Now today we are going to discuss about the variation in G, that is variation in acceleration due to gravity with latitude and rotation of the earth. So let's see what is the effect of latitude and rotation of earth on the value of acceleration due to gravity. Now here, what is meant by latitude and what is meant by latitude? So first we have to know what is the latitude, then we can understand what is the effect of latitude in acceleration due to gravity. Now latitude is an angle made by a radius vector of any point from center of the earth. So latitude is an angle made by radius vector at any point from center of the earth. So here let's draw a diagram which is showing the latitude here. Suppose this is the diagram here. See, in this diagram, P is the position of the object and OP is the radius vector. P is the position of object, OP is the radius vector. Then see, latitude is an angle that made by radius vector at any point from the center of the earth. So if P is the position position of the object, OP is the position vector, then angle made by the position vector is theta. Hence the latitude is theta here. With that angle made by radius vector from the center with equatorial plane, and OE is the equatorial plane. So with this plane, the angle made by radius vector is theta. Obviously that angle is ranges from 0 to 90 degree at the poles. See, E is called equator, N here that is the pole, and the radius vector OP, if that particle, if the position of particle is at E, that is on equator, then the angle traced by the radius vector is 0, and if that P is on the pole of earth, that is on the north pole, then the angle traced is 90 degree. So the angle is 0 to 90 degree, hence latitude changes from 0 to 90 degree. That is the range of latitude. The earth rotates about its polar axis from west to east with uniform angular velocity omega. Now the direction of rotation of earth is from west to east. So here this is the west and this one is south. So here the earth rotates about its polar axis, which is passing through the north and south pole. That axis is passing through north south pole. So that earth is rotated around this polar axis from west to east with uniform angular velocity omega. So omega is the angular velocity of rotation of earth. Hence every point on the earth's surface moves in a circle parallel to the equator. So see here, when earth rotates from west to east around this polar axis, then suppose P is the point which is on the earth, then when earth is rotating, that point P is also revolved in a circular circle, moves in a circle parallel to the equator, except at the poles. Except if the point is situated at poles, then that point is not move in a circular path. But here, if the point is situated other than the pole, then with the rotation of the earth, that point moves in a circular path which is parallel to the equatorial plane. The motion of mass m at point P on the earth is shown by the dotted circle with the center O dash. So see, if the object with mass m is situated at point P, then with the rotation of earth, that object performs a circular motion in the circular path having radius O dash. Let the latitude of P be theta and the radius of circle be r. The circle which is traced by the point P, the radius of that circle is small r there. Then here we can write PO dash is equal to r. PO dash is the radius of the circle traced by the object which is situated at point P. PO dash is equal to r, and the latitude, that is the radius vector of object which is situated at point P, making an angle of theta with OE, that is equatorial plane. It means that the latitude is angle EOP is equal to theta, being that is theta and E be the point on the equator. So this EOP is equal to theta. Then if EOP is equal to theta, then angle, therefore angle O dash PO, by using the geometry, that angle O dash PO is also theta. Okay. Now if I consider the triangle, now consider triangle OPO dash. Now consider triangle OPO dash, and in that triangle, if I find out the value of cos theta, then it is equal to, now see what is cos theta. Cos theta is opposite upon hypotenuse. So if I take the side which is opposite to theta, cos theta is adjacent upon hypotenuse, not opposite, adjacent upon hypotenuse. So the adjacent side of theta is PO dash. So it is PO dash divided by hypotenuse PO, that is equal to small r, and PO is what? Radius of earth, which is denoted by capital R. So here capital R is there. So here we get cos theta is equal to PO dash upon PO is equal to small r upon capital R. So therefore we get the value of small r as capital R cos theta. So here we get the value of small r, that is capital R cos theta, and small r is the radius of the circle traced by the object which is situated at point P. Now the centripetal acceleration for the mass m directed along PO dash. Now see here, if we consider that point P which is situated on the surface of earth, when earth is rotating, then when earth is rotating in a direction west to east, then that particle also moves in a circular path. It means that the object of mass m which is situated at point P performs circular motion whose radius is small r. And we know if the object performs circular motion, then the centripetal force for the mass m is acting along the radius and directed towards the center, that is, hence therefore the centripetal acceleration for mass m is directed along directed along PO dash, that is along the radius. So hence we know the formula for centripetal acceleration. A is equal to capital R omega square, that is the formula for centripetal acceleration, A R omega square. So small r is there because small r is the radius of circle traced by mass m. So centripetal acceleration, the formula for centripetal acceleration is A is equal to R omega square. But here we know small r is equal to, here we know we derive the value of small r from the triangle, that is capital R cos theta. So let's put that value. Therefore if I put this value, we get A is equal to capital R omega square cos theta. A is equal to capital R omega square cos theta. Now the component, see this centripetal acceleration is is resolved in its component. Now the component of this centripetal acceleration along PO, that is towards the center of the earth, is, now see here, this centripetal acceleration has its two components. One component is along the radius towards the center of the earth there, and the component of centripetal acceleration which is directed along the radius and towards the center is AR is equal to A cos theta. AR is equal to A cos theta. So what is AR? AR is the component of centripetal acceleration which is directed along the radius towards the center of the earth. So if A is R is equal to A cos theta, now put the value of A which I derive here. Now AR is equal to R omega square cos theta into cos theta. Now cos theta becomes cos square theta. So AR is equal to R omega square cos square theta. So this is the radial acceleration or centripetal acceleration there. Now part of the gravitational force of attraction on P attracting towards PO is utilized in providing this component of centripetal acceleration. So here how this centripetal acceleration is provided there. So this centripetal acceleration is provided by the part of gravitational force of attraction on P acting towards PO. Thus the effective force of gravitational attraction on M at P can be written as. So here now I told you that this centripetal acceleration is provided by the some part of gravitational force of attraction. So that means the total force which is acting on P is mg dash, and that total force acting on P is the effective force of gravitation which is acting on P is mg dash, which is equal to mg minus m r omega square cos square theta, because here r omega square cos square theta is the centripetal or radial acceleration, and this radial acceleration is provided by some part of gravitational force. So I write the effective gravitational force is equal to mg minus mr omega square cos square theta. Now here if I take m common and get cancelled, then we get g dash is equal to g minus r omega square cos square theta. G minus so g dash is equal to g minus r omega square cos square theta. Now here what is g dash? Now here g dash is the effective acceleration due to gravity at P, that is at latitude theta. This is given by the equation g dash is equal to g minus r omega square cos square theta. So what is g dash? G dash is the effective acceleration with latitude theta. So if theta is changed, then effective acceleration g is changed. So the value of g dash is changed there. So here see how the value of g dash is changed here. So here note down, as the value of theta increases, if here see in the diagram theta increases, see in the equation, if the theta increases, if the value, that is the value of latitude, increases, then therefore if theta is increased, cos theta is decreased. Cos theta is decreased. Theta is increased, cos theta is decreased. Okay. So if cos theta is decreased, then if cos theta is decreased, then g dash is increased. G dash will increase. Now see here what I explain here. Here if theta is increased, it means that latitude is increased. If latitude is increased, then cos theta is decreased and g dash will increase. Now see the condition, see in the diagram, when latitude is increased, see if the object or particle is moving from equator to pole, then theta is increased from 0 to 90 degree. Means if an object is moving from equator to pole, then theta is increased, cos theta is decreased and g dash is increased. It means that, and now if here it means that as we move from equator to pole, the acceleration due to gravity will increase, and if we move from pole to equator, then acceleration due to gravity is decreased. So here we get the relation between latitude and acceleration due to gravity. So the effect of latitude is that if latitude is increased, g dash will increase, and if latitude is decreased, g dash will decrease. Then let's see the two special cases here. Let's discuss about the two special conditions. So here special cases. So here if the particle is at equator, now at equator, if the object is at equator, then the latitude is 0, so theta is equal to 0. Now see, if theta is equal to 0, then what? If theta is equal to 0, then cos theta is equal to 1. Okay, if theta is equal to 0, then we have to write here, therefore cos theta is equal to 1, and if cos theta is equal to 1, then g dash is equal to g minus r omega square is the value of g dash here. And now the effective acceleration due to gravity is minimum at equator, and here as here it is reduced by a maximum amount. The reduction is g dash is equal to g minus r omega. Now here we know capital R is what? Capital R is the radius of earth, and we know the radius of earth is 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 meter, and omega is the angular velocity of the earth, and we know omega is equal to 2 pi by t. T is the periodic time of rotation, and periodic time of rotation is 24 hours. So here 2 pi upon 24 into 60 into 60. This is the value of what? Omega there. So here if I simplify it, then we get omega is equal to 7.275 into 10 raised to minus 5 per second. So this is the angular velocity of omega with which that earth is rotating. Now here if I put here, what we get? So g minus g dash, g minus g dash is equal to r omega square, and this difference is 0.03386 meter per second square at the equator. So here what is the important thing? Here it is important that at the equator the acceleration due to gravity is reduced by the factor of r omega square. So when the object is at equator, then acceleration due to gravity is less than r omega square at the equator there. Now let's see what is the value of acceleration due to gravity at the pole. So when object, second condition is there, when the object is at the pole, when the object is at the pole, then what? At pole theta is equal to 90 degree. If theta is 90 degree, then cos theta is equal to 0. If theta 90 degree, cos theta is equal to 0, then we can write g dash is equal to g, and it means that when the particle is at pole, the acceleration due to gravity is equal to g there. So here there is no reduction in acceleration due to gravity at the poles, means at the pole the value of acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meter per second square, which is same as the value of g on the earth surface. So it means that there is no reduction in acceleration due to gravity at poles due to the rotation of the earth, as the poles are lying on the axis of rotation and do not revolve. So this is the variation in acceleration due to gravity with latitude. Now the next point is, let's study what is the effect of shape of the earth. Now see what is the effect of shape of earth on acceleration due to gravity. Here we know the earth to we assume that the earth to be a sphere. However, it is actually not sphere, it is actually an ellipsoid bulked at equator. The earth is somewhat bulked at the equator. So due to that bulking, the shape of earth is not spherical, exact spherical there. Hence the radius of earth is different. If we measure the equatorial radius, that is radius at equator, equatorial radius, then equatorial radius is 6378 kilometer. This is the equatorial radius, that is east to west. Okay, if we measure the radius at equator, then it is 6378, and which is if I measure the radius, polar radius, that is radius from pole, then polar radius is 6356 kilometer. It means that the equatorial radius of the earth is greater than the polar radius. Thus, on the equator, there is combined effect of greater radius and rotation in reducing the force of gravity. So as we know here, at equator the acceleration due to gravity is less than at pole. So here, due to equatorial radius and due to rotation, there is reduction in the force of gravity. So as a result, the acceleration due to gravity at the equator, that is GE, is equal to 9.7804 meter per second square, and the acceleration due to gravity on the pole which is 9.8322 meter per second square. So see, due to what is the effect of earth, shape of earth. So here, due to the shape of earth, the radius, the acceleration due to gravity is different at two places. So if we measure the weight of object, what is the weight? Weight of object is the force with which earth attract that object. That is the weight of object, W is equal to mg there, where m is the mass of the object. As the value of g changes with altitude, depth, latitude and weight, see here we discuss now the value of acceleration due to gravity is changed with altitude, latitude and depth. So if g is changed, then weight of the object is also changed. Weight of an object is minimum at the equator. Similarly, the weight of an object reduces with increasing height above the earth's surface and with the increasing depth below the earth's surface. So here, what is the effect of shape? So due to shape, there are two different value of acceleration due to gravity, because the radius of earth are different at equator and at pole. So this is about, so here we know the acceleration due to gravity is different for, or is changes according to height, depth, latitude. So here due to the change in acceleration due to gravity, the weight of object is also different at the different height, different latitude, different altitude and different depth. So this is all for today. Now the next topic we will discuss about it in a next lecture. Thank you.